He's right.
You're right. We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We're on double secret probation, whatever that is. We can't afford to have a toga party.
They're gonna nail us no matter what we do. So we might as well have a good time. Toga, 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 toga.
We get hosed while ambassadors party. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Next time you've got a party, especially if you live in Ontario, consider having an embassy buy your booze. You want to get a case of wine, case of beer, bottle of vodka, whatever you want. Get an embassy to buy it, because it turns out there's a special deal for diplomats and federal government departments and agencies to get booze at bargain basement prices in Ontario. Hallelujah. I've never wanted to be a diplomat or a civil servant more. This is just bizarre. Booze prices in Ontario are sky high, mostly because of the tax. It's not the robber barons of the beer industry or the vodka industry, the wine industry making off like bandits. No, they do well. I'm not going to deny that. But the sky high prices that we pay, that's because of tax. It's like that across most of this country. It's a hangover from the Prohibition era. We decided we had to tax people out of drinking. But just how bad is it? Well, let's put it this way. If you're an ambassador and you wanted to order a case of wine, let me give you some facts. And by the way, before we get into the fact board, kudos to the Toronto Star for chasing this story down, because this came out a couple of years ago and they've been trying to get the details on how much embassies are making off with and who's buying what. And they've been denied by Ontario's Information Commissioner. They've been denied through the Freedom of Information Act in Ontario. So kudos to the Red Star and my old pal Richard Brennan for chasing it down. But they do give us some stellar details that should give you pause to think about how much this is costing the Ontario taxpayers, both in terms of lost tax revenue and how much you are getting hosed. Now, here's the details. $98.38. That's what diplomats and the federal government are going to save on a case of wine bought at the LCBO. They want to buy imported wine, they're going to save $166.44. There are 20,000 cases sold a year under these deep discount rules. Now, maybe you say, all right, Lily, I'm not fancy pants like you. I'm not buying wine by the case. Look, I get it. If I could save $166, maybe. But most of us don't buy booze like that. So let's put it in real figures that we can all relate to. A bottle of wine that retails for $13.95 at the LCBO, the embassies are getting for $7.25. They've got a 49% discount before you add on the HST. So it's not an exact 49%, but it's 49% plus HST. You and I don't get these prices. Want to put it in a different way? Vodka, a bottle of vodka that sells for $25.95 at the LCBO, they're going to pick up for $13.33. And a case of imported non-American beer, why these strange rules, I don't know, but a case of imported non-American beer, they're going to pay $28.68 a case versus $53.93 for the rest of us. $53.93. They get it for $28. No wonder I buy beer in Quebec when I bother to go and buy this stuff. The prices are cheaper. But if I were an embassy, if I was walking into that store as a diplomat instead of Joe Schmo, I'd be walking out with a deep discount. And by the way, this store I'm standing in front of, it is across the street from a number of office towers that host embassies. And then they go off to the ambassador's residence and have swanky parties. Let me ask you, do people that live in these houses, the American ambassador's house or the British ambassador's house or the French ambassador's house, do these guys look like they're dying of poverty? Do they look like they need a deep discount? No, they don't. But it's just another sweetheart deal for the diplomats and, by the way, the federal government departments. The rest of us, we get taken to the cleaners.
Thank you.